Maybe we should live stream it.
Live stream.
Yeah. You got your Mavs shirt on for support, buddy?
You know I do, bruh.
I need to go buy me a Mavs shirt. I had one. Actually, I have a Mavs shirt, but it has my last name on it.
Yeah. Hey, you remember what was the name of the manager in Ted Lasso that in the end of the cliffhanger ended up being the head coach of the back?
Nate.
Dean's dressed like Nate. He's got the goatee and everything.
Nice.
He's got the black Adidas jumpsuit too, so he's definitely playing for the bad team today. So we better watch out for this guy.
Yeah. So I really like the 3 of a kind. I thought we've done that before, but I guess we haven't.
We did scores.
Scores.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I thought the same thing. So just to clue in the audience, what we're talking about is the category for 3 of a kind today is best soundtracks for movies.
Yes. Meaning no scores. They have to have words to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like it's all going to be old movies because no new movies really have great soundtracks anymore.
Okay,
Check
we'll
yourself,
be that,
bro. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, homie.
Yeah, I do. I will say that I do have some.
I have some bangers myself.
Yeah,
sir.
I've got some bangers. Yeah, but I did hear you, Troy. I want to pick a few movies
Classic.
that are a
You want
little
a
bit
classic one?
current.
Okay.
But okay,
Mix it up. I like that. I like doing stuff like that too. Usually, that's kind of how I've been doing mine. I do something that is like a nostalgic pick for me. I'm like something for my childhood self, something for my now self, and then maybe something for my future self. That's kind of how I've been doing the whole 3 of a kind category picks for myself. That's my strategy. I know Troy's strategy is to find out which order he is in as soon as possible. Then he starts doing the mind tricks.
Okay. All right. Well, fine. I guess I gotta shout out who that's gonna be. Okay. Well, yeah.
I went last week, so I'd be first this week.
Are you first this week? Oh, I think you're
went
right.
last.
Okay.
I went last
Yeah.
last week.
You guys have a good Easter? How was Easter for you?
It was great, man.
Mm-hmm. Candy?
It was
A lot of what are the eggs called that have the confetti inside? Mascarones.
No, cascarones.
Cascarones.
Yeah.
I
So
love
it's gonna
that.
be Troy.
I think
Chris,
we should
Dean,
keep on
Jorge.
adding that, and I love that part of the show. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes we smarten up the non-Spanish speaking community, and I think that's fun. It's part of like adding some lingo. I mean, for us Texans, like I said on the last episode, there's a lot of Spanish that I think everybody knows, like just general.
Yeah.
But I love that. Cascarones.
Yeah, for those of y'all that do not know the history of Easter, first off, everybody knows that Easter and Christmas, for that matter, isn't even in the Bible written down as you will celebrate this. Easter originated from Nor'easter, which was what the pagan gods would celebrated. You know,
Pagan holidays.
Did they make Stonehenge? Did they do Stonehenge?
I don't aliens.
I don't know.
That was the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So Stonehenge was the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So they used to worship gods, and so when the Catholics conquered them, they liked this ceremony, and they needed a way to adopt these pagans over to their religion. So they were like, okay, we like the egg with the rebirth and the hair, the bunny for a sign of fertility. We're gonna adopt this as Easter and the resurrection of Christ, and use your symbols. And so the Easter egg is a sign of rebirth, and the bunny is a sign of fertility for healthy crops during the spring equinox. And Easter changes every year, and it's 40 days after the first lunar moon, or they call it some kind of moon, but it's 40 days after that, and that's why it changes every year.
So I have a crazy little Easter story. Back when I joined the Army, I was in Columbia, South Carolina, and we got woke up at 4:00 in the morning, some shit like that, and loaded
like a drill
on
or something.
No, it was just like we got woke up, told to put on our shit, and we get driven where we go to Chow, and then we get driven to the South Carolina Gamecock Stadium and proceeded to watch a 3-hour full stadium play on Easter and what it was about and shit. And literally there was probably about 40 to 50,000 soldiers in that stadium. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And it was just like, nobody asked what religion you were. Nobody,
Right?
Nobody asked. You were just put on a bus and we saw that shit, and it was crazy. I've never seen anything that crazy in my life. And I grew up going to church, so I thought that was nuts.
But did you go to one of those mega churches, though?
No, well, our church, when I went to it, was small. It's bigger now. But we went to a upstart church called Grace Community Church on Hedgecoats over there, right next to the Plano baseball fields over there, and way close to Frisco.
Dean, what were you gonna say, man?
One of the craziest things I remember about the military is we had a movie theater on base.
Nice.
Yeah, we had one of those too.
And yeah, I think most bases have something like that. And you had to stand up.
Taco Bell or Burger King.
You had to stand up for the national anthem before they play the previews.
Wow.
Yeah, that did happen. I watched Kings of Comedy in the base.
Do they really play taps every morning? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's so cool. What time?
Oh no, they play taps every night.
Yeah,
taps every night. They play Reveille in the morning.
Yeah. I think the last time I was on a base, they played it over like a speaker system.
Yeah.
That's tight. That's
'Cause,
tight.
I mean, the flags go. There's like one giant flagpole to somewhere. You can't really see it if you're at the barracks or whatever. Yeah.
Any flagpole sitters?
Good song.
Yeah, bro. Can you imagine sitting on one of those things? I couldn't. I'm afraid of heights, man. I don't think there's anything I could do that high.
I don't think my butt has the.
I'd be afraid I'd slide down, man, and I'd kill
Do
myself.
you have any dreams about being somewhere really, really high up in the air? Like I have this recurring dream
my
right
asshole.
now that I am like on the top of a building looking down the building, and it just gives me the most anxiety.
Yeah, do you
ever.
guys get that falling thing like you were talking about? But like whenever you're not supposed to be sleeping, but you're like falling asleep, so like you scare yourself to like keep you from sleeping. Did that ever happen to you at school or something back in the day?
No.
You ever get that feeling that you're falling, like, and you like scare yourself?
No, I have a
Yes.
I have a recurring nightmare.
Oh,
Not like all the time, but I've had it more than once, so I guess that makes it recurring. Where I
sure.
can jump really high and far like the Hulk,
Oh, okay.
but every time I'm coming down
You
off
break your legs.
No, there's a big hill full of snakes.
Oh shit.
So the only place to
Land.
land is in like a snake swarm.
Yeah.
So then I have to jump again and have that dream.
Do you get bit?
I don't
You
know.
wake up-
I just
you
keep.
wake
I
up,
just like it's like
right
a
when you fall
panic
in.
attack.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear
Like,
me?
oh,
okay?
Yeah, we got you, bro.
Yeah, we got.
Eventually, I have to like try and wake myself up because it's just like
Keeps on happening. Loop.
there's no. Yeah, it's a loop kind of thing.
Fuck that.
Mine-
What about you guys?
I
You got
get that.
recurring?
Yeah, I get the falling shit like you do, but so I used to take this medication that gave me like intense dreams, and so now like if I don't sleep, if I sleep for a long period of time, I usually don't dream or usually don't remember my dreams. But if I sleep for a small periods of time, I get some intense fucking dreams, bro. Like Bustos, you've been in my dreams a few times. Dean's been in my dreams. I'm sure Jorge will be in my
Gang.
I hear
dreams.
that. I hear that a lot.
You're my dream, bruh.
Yeah, that,
You're
it's
the
just
man of my
crazy. Like,
dreams, bruh.
it's just crazy how life is and how your brain works. But
Do you have reoccurring ones though? Like where it's the exact same dream and you have it again and again and again?
So I suffer from PTSD, and That's kind of one of my issues.
Are those daydreams or those night, like when you're sleeping?
You can have them both.
Yeah.
Both sometimes,
Mhm.
but I go back to the bad day,
Mhm.
and I dream about that a lot. I've dreamt the two dudes. I've dreamt that there are people standing on the end of my bed.
Oh, like you see them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I know who they are.
And you like have conversations or anything?
No, they just stare at me.
What about you, Jorge? Any reoccurring dreams?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm back in high school dreams, and then sometimes when I'm in those dreams, I'm like, well, cool. At least I'm doing something, I guess.
Yeah, that's a throwback, man.
God, man, it sucks, dude. That dream sucked.
Like you're stuck and you can't get back to like the life you had, kind of deal.
Yeah, you're like, I know I was smarter than this.
Dang, was that T on the demand?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, boy.
Got his own personal.
I don't drink sodas no more. I drink tea all the time now.
Oh yeah, we don't drink sodas anymore. We're drinking sweet tea. That's that's a step.
I think that's the same amount of sugar.
It might be, but it's a step. It's a thought that counts. I think I did the same thing.
I drink a lot of water too.
Good.
A lot of water.
Yeah, it's important to hydrate. For sure. How come you can't have reoccurring good dreams or reoccurring like fun dreams?
Can.
Right? You
You
can?
just don't remember your good dreams. I mean, I don't remember my dreams. I just remember the nightmares. Other than that, it's like, okay.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Ooh, that's some good sweet tea.
You got
we can't all be like Troy and remember every single sex dream he's ever had about me.
That's true.
Hey, bro, I do. One time you were in the cheetah print outfit.
Cut yourself off. It was a joke.
Hey, I see you're wearing you're wearing an Ortiz Jr. shirt. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about that online. The fight that I don't know if it's an official, but is that an official fight?
I think so, with Luis Ortiz.
Yeah,
they're saying that's what's going to get done. So I'm really excited about that one.
Hell yeah!
Did
We
Earl
just had
Spence win?
You better
Earl
fucking
Spence
believe it.
Won. Yes, the Dallas,
sir.
The Truth won, and it was awesome.
Right? Was it detached retina and all?
Yeah. Now listen, I like Ugas. So a little bit of me was like, dang, man.
Yeah, see, really before the fight, you were thinking that wasn't going to go Earl Spence's way.
Yeah. I mean, listen, these fighters, I've been proven wrong, but Earl Spence had a detached retina and he's broken his jaw, but it was amazing to see, like, dude, he looked really sharp.
Just
really sharp.
Quick, just the angles. What was it? And I know he stopped the fight with the TKO by shutting the Ugas's eye, right? Couldn't see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what was it you think that gave him the edge in this fight?
I mean, Ugas stood in the pocket, and they said that's not really what he should have done against a fighter like Earl Spence, that he should have been backing up a little bit. But Earl Spence, I mean, if he's going to fight that fight, Earl Spence is going to come at you. I mean, it just looked really, really good. And now Spence wants Bud Crawford, which would be a mega fight. That would be for undisputed, unified, I think welterweight. And and
he I think he said that he's ready for that fight, but not until later in the year. He wants to get another fight in, I think.
Who, Spence did?
No, Crawford.
Oh, Crawford. I mean, it's now or never. What an idiot! If that's what he said.
I think he's trying to get him to chase him a little bit, be like,
no, like, it's now or never, Crawford. Like, why? Like, everybody's gonna call you out. Like, now it's go time, man. If you ain't ready, then you need to vacate your belt.
Yeah.
So that's the one everybody wants to see. Whether or not you're ready, you better throw down.
Hell yeah. Show for show. Did you guys watch any? We talked a little bit last week about the USFL. Did you guys get any of those games in?
Saw a little bit of it.
I enjoyed it. I'm a sucker for weird football, man. It's the truth. I was into the XFL last run. I was into that AEF or whatever that AEWF.
How are you into
or
something after they only had 2 weeks of play? Before
no, I'm talking. Oh, like talking about last year. No, they had. I watched it. I watched a lot of that. I watched all that football because I was recovering, so I couldn't do anything but watch fucking TV, and I watched a lot of that shit. And the XFL only got like I think 4 games in, but it was very exciting, and I was really into it, and I thought that they were doing well, and it sucked that they got shut down. But the first game this week was the first game in history since the first Super Bowl to be simulcast on 2 different networks.
That was weird.
Very weird. I don't know, man. That's crazy. What do you think about that? Like that on a Saturday afternoon, or Saturday afternoon.
Saturday evening.
I mean, that was a hell of a publicity stunt. I mean, that's never
Fox and NBC. Fox and NBC. It was just for one game, and then the next day there was the other 3 games.
Yeah,
so
they're all
on
the same stadium.
all different networks.
They play at the same stadium, all 3 games.
Oh, okay, cool.
You pay $10, you can stay all day.
Oh, that's nice.
I
like that. I like
so here's my take on it. My take is this. I thought that at times it had bursts of Division I college ball.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, it just felt like some mediocre, mundane football.
Yeah, there was a lot of sloppiness. A lot.
I think a lot of that comes with not having name recognition, but also for anybody who's like really, really into football, you get to see certain names pop up that you recognize, whether they were in college football or maybe they had a stint in the NFL. But first game was super competitive, went down to the last second of the game. That was really exciting. The second week, the next day, there was just different things from different games. But the thing that you get to pull from these are the NFL like kind of cherry picks the best parts of all these ideas and inventions and so forth. So they brought in the drone for certain plays, and I thought that was really cool. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see any of that stuff. They used it on some extra point attempts, and they also used it on a big play down the field, like a long pass. And they followed it with the drone, and were almost like side by side with the players as they were running down the field to get to the end zone.
Wow,
that was pretty dope too. So I'm down for that. I would love to see more drone shots in the NFL.
So there was a big story about Colin Kaepernick and how everybody's saying that he wants to make the big run for the NFL still. Well, he should have been a part of this league, and he got offered several offers. So a lot of people thought it would have actually been good for him to run out, and the Stallions were the ones that really wanted him. But I think it's a good idea for people who love football like Bustos and I, and who are football freaks, as you would say. But you got to take it for what it is, take it with a grain of salt, and I think you'll enjoy it more, because if you're looking for explosive football and great NFL professional football, I mean, it's amateur. It's it's guys who couldn't hack it that are getting a second shot. And there's some guys that fell through the crack that really could hack it, but things happened in their lives and things went on and it just didn't work out. So they're getting their second shot. So, we'll see how long it lasts. Only one game I saw had a lot of people there. A couple of games that I saw, they was completely empty. You could hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like the mic'd up thing. I don't need to hear the calls and shit like that.
You didn't like that part of it. So I think it's during the fourth quarter.
The point of having a mic if you don't know the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Like all they're doing is calling audibles, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you don't know the playbook, what advantage is that to anyone other than the other team watching film
Yeah.
the next week?
Oh
yeah. So, all in all, I give it a C plus.
C plus.
Yeah.
It passed.
It's very, very sloppy. Very sloppy.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first set of games. Let's see how it progresses. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. Like I said, I'm here for all the weird off-brand footballs.
They have a chip in the football too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That makes it more accurate. Hopefully that works.
Yeah, absolutely. What about? We're gonna rate if we're giving grades out there? We're gonna give grades out for the Mavs' first playoff game.
Oh man, dude,
It's a
that
tough
was
one.
L.
B
I give it an
plus.
L.
An L
A D?
for loss of Luca.
A D minus.
Lucaless.
Yeah, they still did good.
I think
it wasn't
so,
like a
considering-
blowout.
Yeah, it wasn't at all.
Considering there was no, they,
Yeah.
missed 35 points, which is what he averages per game in the playoffs.
Right. We lost 6. We lost by 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody did good. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody
played good
sucked,
defense.
Nobody sucked it up. So, I mean, hopefully we get him back by game 3. He
Yeah,
will not be playing tonight.
he's not playing tonight.
Man, that sucks. Why? And he got hurt right at the end of the season, right? It was like,
The third quarter of the last game of the season.
why play in the last game of the season? Why put him in the damn game?
Everybody's
Save
got
him for
stats and stuff they need to do. They took all the starters out at the third anyway. Nobody played the fourth, but he'd already got hurt. So
Yeah. I think Boban should get more minutes too. Like, let's get him out there. We need a center.
Yeah, free Boban. Boban's my dude.
Boban
Love
is
that
fine.
guy.
Exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Man, well, that sucks.
We just need a center, man.
Yeah, we do. We need that center.
I think we have
Um,
doing just fine. You don't like Dwight Powell?
I mean, I like him. I just like him as like
He's
either
the
coming
he's
off
the
the
most
bench,
improved-
maybe.
He's the most improved player on the Mavs this year.
Yeah, because he was hurt last year.
Yeah, but I mean, look at his stats are significantly better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the worst amount of time we're looking at for this calf strain?
Big game 3, I
Game
think.
3,
Mm-hmm.
be back this week,
Oh, really? Wow.
just not tonight.
A strained calf can heal that quick?
I mean,
It's been 2 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks, I think.
like if
before he
this
plays.
was an elimination game, he'd probably be playing. If that gives you an indicator.
I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a loser go home, he would definitely be playing tonight.
I just wonder how bad that leg's gonna hurt.
Well, and then here's another thing to think about. Like, he's
Well,
not
we just win tonight, and then there's not a lot of pressure.
that, and Luca's not like, it's not his best asset isn't his speed anyway. So I think he'll be all right.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna dunk.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he dunks,
Um,
but he doesn't need to.
No, fuck no, he doesn't need to.
Just mobility wise, it'd be nice if he was just 100%. That's all. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we just win tonight. That
Yeah.
helps at the
Yeah.
whole situation.
Go Mavs.
Go Mavs.
You know
Um,
who's not going are the Texas Rangers. They
Yeah.
are not
Well,
going anywhere.
hold on now. I've got to say something about that.
Please
It's a
do.
long season.
It's a long season. Our bats are there. Our bats weren't there last year. Our bats are there this year. Our pitching sucks, and that's where we need to get better. Is our pitching is mediocre to subpar all the time. So we need to figure that out. And once we figure that out, we'll be good because our bats are good because we're scoring runs. And I mean, we scored 10 on the Angels.
And they scored 9 on us, then 7 on us, then 8 on us.
Yeah, but still,
It was a 4-game series. We won one of them.
we need to figure some stuff out as far as pitching and defense.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
But our bats
cool.
are there
It's cool because we've won 2 games.
No, I think we've only won one.
2.
too.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
We are still at the bottom of the barrel.
Still terrible. And what are the
In
Houston
American League,
Astros?
we have the least amount of wins.
Baseball.
in the league.
Fuck the Astros.
Golly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I love me some Astros.
Yeah, you
Do you really?
I can't
You're
even
an
tell you one
Astro
Ranger.
fan? Hey, so
Youth
should I
league.
get you a trash can and a stick?
Trash can and a stick.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
So
Maybe-
you want to?
Maybe I'll let you watch them win the World Series again.
Hey, are we going
Yeah.
to start this show or what?
Well, real quick before we start on this edition of What's Troy Eating today, it is fried chicken, some okra, and some mashed taters and gravy with a roll and some sweet tea. Boy, I tell you what,
That is as country as it gets.
that's some good shit right there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Chicken Express.
Like a motherfucker.
I ate Hat Creek today.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I've had it before, but
Sweet potatoes on the menu. I love
did have
that.
sweet potato fries.
Love that.
The regular fries
turkey,
are way
turkey
better,
burgers. Amazing.
The regular fries are perfect. It's the exact way I want my fries to always be.
Ooh. And how is
Seasoned
that?
Salt.
Oh, seasoned salt?
on them. Yeah.
We talk. What kind of cut? Shoestring.
It's a little bit bigger than shoestring.
Okay.
A little bit smaller than McDonald's.
So what is this place?
Hat Creek.
Hat Creek. Pretty tasty.
I've never been there. Where's
There's a
it at?
couple. There's one over by our house. There's
It's on the other side of the tracks, my friend. Over there
There's
in
one in
Shows
Allen.
Country.
There's one in McKinney. I don't know if there's one in Plano. I'm sure there is.
There's one here in Little Elm, the heart of Texas.
Yeah.
The heart
Love
of Texas.
The heart of Texas. That's what people call it. I don't know if you know that.
No one calls it that.
They say that the people that live here are the salt of the earth. It's like everyone says.
No one says that either.
Somebody lied to you, bro.
So true. Everyone I've met here is just the nicest. It's like there was a hurricane, a tornado, and it took me into a place. There's a yellow brick road. I found it. Everybody's just so nice. It's like make believe. Let's start the show.
Start the show.
To all the haters and naysayers out there who said we'd never make it to episode 88, well, we did it, baby. Woo! The episode starts now.
Welcome to Good Vibes with Chris, Dean, Troy, and Jorge.
Fuck the naysayers, they don't mean a thing.
That's right.
All right.
On this week's episode, we
Notes
have
up here.
My notepad. You guys got big plans for 420? No.
Stupid
I'm
holiday.
too old for
Stupid
420.
holiday. That's one of my favorite days as a manager. To look at the request off and like the excuses that are given that day, or it's one of my favorite things that come up every year. I just like to look at that and see what those are. They're fun.
All right. I got a quote of the day.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
I need to get a backdrop.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I got one I can let you. That Rusty bought us as a show, donated. Thank you, Rusty. You can use it.
Is it?
A green screen.
Oh. So in the quote of the day, we just had two major religious holidays. So this quote is it's from a show, and I will deliver it now from a main character from one of my favorite shows. So first of all, with God, all things are possible. So jot that down. That's from Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes,
That is the
I
quote.
like that. The quote is, first of all, through God, all things are possible. Jot that down. I love it. What a transformation. That's one of my favorite characters. That's the best character on the show, right?
No.
You don't think so? Mac?
No, I like Mac a lot, but if I was to like choose the character that I would want to be,
You're Charlie. You want to be Charlie, or do you want to be?
no, I want to be either Frank or Dennis. I want to go. I want to be real dark or real disgusting. Just seems like a lot more fun to be. As far as something to play, like a character to play, I think that the Dennis character is super creepy and out of is like way out. Like,
which one is the little guy?
Morally, they're
Charlie
all on the other side.
That's who I would be. I'd be Charlie.
It's funny because I was talking to my brother about shows that like I get fatigued on are shows where the bad guy wins, right? It's fun for a while. I love it. And then I start to turn on the bad guy that's supposed to be the main character. And I start feeling like I don't give a shit what happens to this person because they're the worst person on the planet. And I don't want to root for them. And then so by the end of the show, I'm like, I don't want it to end because I don't want it to be a happy ending. You know what I mean? And so that makes me not want to finish it.
Yeah,
happened to me with Sons of Anarchy, happened to me with Breaking Bad.
The Sons of Anarchy, don't they die? Breaking Bad, that gets left a little bit out, but like the Shield, he gets screwed in the Shield.
Yeah, I don't know. I just that feeling of like, man, these are the worst people on the planet. Why am I watching this show? Like, this show makes me feel gross. Like, what am I doing? And I don't get that feeling from Always Sunny, even though that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make you hate these people. I mean, laugh at them and laugh at the stuff that they get themselves into and how other people, like real world people, like react to them. I think is also fun. Yeah. But I never get that same feeling that I get from those other shows, even though these people are way worse than all those other people on their shows.
Yeah. Did you ever?
I don't know, man.
Always
Sunny is. They're the worst.
They are the worst. That's what I'm saying. They're the worst on the humanly.
Nothing good happens to them either.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Did you ever feel that way about Michael Scott on The Office? Like people were like, "Oh, this guy's a jerk. I hated him." Did you hate him?
I never hated
thought he was
him.
funny, and goofy.
That's like I think is
they
a
made
good
a lot of
show.
changes after the first season because he was a little.
That's like cringe chicken. You know what I mean? Like, how much can I take before I get like too. Like cringed out, like the anxiety is too much. I have to either get up or get out, or maybe change the channel, that type of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, have you guys ever worked with a boss that just says stuff that's not quite what he's trying to get across? Like you can tell, like,
oh yeah,
he has good intentions, but he just chooses
poorly.
Yeah, I mean, when I worked for you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure I've been that guy. I've been that guy for sure.
Yeah, dude. I probably was not that great of a boss.
Yeah. Man, you think I don't know, because like I think I would relate more to the Ricky Gervais version than the Michael Scott version.
Really?
The one that
the Ricky Gervais one is way worse.
It's way worse. Just not self-aware. That's the thing. There's like there's a lack of self-awareness. I think that's what I related to him, and now I'm definitely not in that same mindset.
I think one was that the difference between the English office and the American office is intentionally, like Ricky Gervais said, there has to be something. He can't just be bad because it's America. You can't just be bad at your job. Where in England, you can be bad at your job and still be the boss. but they intentionally made him good at being a salesman. Like if there was a deal that needed to be closed, he could somehow figure out a way to close the deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite episodes is when him and Tim Meadows go to the Chili's, drink the margarita, and then they're just like singing the Baby Back Rib song to each other, just chilling or whatever. And then that's when like Jan first realized, oh, he's actually good at his job somehow. Just not the people management part he's not good at, but the part about he's just good enough.
Yeah, he's good at those For those people
Clutch.
that don't have,
He comes in clutch.
that's
but
what
only
it
clutch.
is.
He's
What
like
it
Rajon
is.
Rondo in the playoffs.
Right, clutch, or like people who have to be around him at all times are like, what the fuck? But the people who only
Is
get
Ricky
little
Gervais-
glimpses of him, they're like, that guy's a genius.
Is Ricky
Yeah,
Gervais in the English Office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
created
seen the English. I didn't know that.
Dude, I really couldn't follow it. Everybody's like, this
Ah.
is the best Office. And I couldn't understand their accents, man. It
Why is
threw
it
me off.
yeah, it drives you up the wall, right?
It literally does. I'm like, I can't
love it.
stand it.
I watch a lot of BBC stuff.
Yeah, British stuff.
Channel
Yeah.
4.
I can barely understand them.
I watch my fair share. I really like
Subtitles, homie.
I really like BBC nature stuff. I love hearing that accent when they're telling me about nature.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Was it Richard
Yeah.
Attenborough?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
amazing.
Richard Attenborough. There's a pretty good one that's like a comedy. Like the comedy writers wrote the narration for it.
Oh, okay.
Ray told
Hey,
me about it.
There was a British comedy called Scrotal Recall that was pretty funny.
Nice.
I watched one on Netflix that has a 0% Rotten Tomato scores.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is Catherine Tate. You guys know who that is?
Mm-mm.
It was called Hard Sell.
Hard
Yeah.
sell.
I
Yeah.
saw that. That was yep.
With
That
Catherine
was
Tate. I watched all
Catherine
six. I watched all 6 episodes, and it wasn't terrible. I don't know how it got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, but there was some things that were intentionally done and made it worse than.
Sometimes though, people like make it like a thing. Like that was the whole thing, right? Reddit, where they tank Reddit, like those ratings.
Well, it only had 8 reviews, and all of them just
Oh, only
critic
8?
reviews.
Oh, okay.
No critic that reviewed it liked it.
Got you.
Not audience score.
Man, you know what I saw? Father Stew.
Ooh, yeah.
That movie was, let me tell you something. It's like if the script writer for Goodfellas all of a sudden wanted to get into Christian movies.
I think that's what's happening in a way.
Like there was so much.
Dirk Diggler's trying to erase his past by making Christian movies.
Yeah. Like he was like, I thought he was gonna be like, our fucking Father who art the fucking heaven, like hallowed be thy fucking name. Like that's literally what it kind of sounded like. He was cussing up a storm, and I was just like, man, I cannot believe that this is a Christian movie or Catholic movie. And
yeah, he's
You act
Catholic.
like you don't know any Catholics. All the Catholics
Right.
I know, every Catholic I know cusses
Like
Mhm.
a lot, except
Yeah.
for like maybe a priest or youth
Mhm.
pastor.
Yeah, I still want to see it. We were
do
gonna
other
watch
things.
that, but it wasn't. But we
Yeah.
watched Sonic 2.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't
did.
bad.
It
was
was.
pretty good.
It was bad, and in fact, I have a 3-page essay I would like to read about Sonic 2. No, my kids saw it as well. They helped both. Also said the Jim Carrey, once he got superpowered,
Mhm.
that CG sucked.
Yeah.
Rowan said it's like the guy who did the original Sonic before they went back and redid it got hired back to do the CGI for Jim Carrey's art.
I think I blacked out because I missed I don't remember that at all.
Fall asleep when he gets the green diamond and turns.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I don't know. I thought his performance was amazing, actually.
Jim
Right.
Carrey's good. In fact, the whole time I was like, how come he's not a bad guy more?
Right.
And then I remember,
yeah.
I was like, when was the last time I saw him as a bad guy?
Was it the
And that
Riddler?
happens to be, no, I don't think
Oh,
that
okay.
counts.
No.
This real bad guy movie is Cable Guy. And that's my favorite Jim Carrey movie.
So good.
And
So good.
maybe there's some weird stuff about the one about dreams and
Oh, the room, whatever.
no, yeah, but he's not the bad guy in that.
No, you're
It's a
right.
horror movie though.
Yeah.
13 Room
Or
13.
Yeah, or something like that.
But,
23.
I was thinking about
23, I think. Yeah, something like that. Is where he's a
Yeah.
rapper.
23. Yeah, and he writes 2-3 everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not 13.
My favorite Jim Carrey movie is Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
That tracks.
Well, this is his
Value.
first week it came out, did 70 million, and did another 30 million this week. So it's $100 million first 2 weeks. And it's the second highest grossing opening for Jim Carrey in his career.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is?
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is.
I think that Sonic, the first movie, was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
it was like
it
a
was.
slow burn. Like some people were not going to
Yeah,
give it a chance.
that added to the hype for this movie. Because everybody expected it to be so bad and it was good. That's why everybody came watch this one. But yeah, Liar Liar, I think is the only thing that beat it.
Really?
Which is
That's
crazy.
a good film.
Because he was the first actor to demand a $50 million,
One of the first ones to get 20
whatever
million.
salary for a movie.
I think it was 20 million.
Was it 20 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 20 million. He was the first to garner that kind of a paycheck.
He
for
also
a movie.
had the top 3 movies within like 4 months all come out at once.
Yeah,
Massive blockbuster movies.
But that also goes to show inflation. You know what I mean?
Because he had Dumb and Dumber, The Mask,
Mm-hmm.
and Ace Ventura 1 all came out within like 6 months, and every single one of them was the number one movie.
I think also tentpole movies also kind of they have, I guess, fucked with the landscape so much that like we expect movies to make $100 million, like like all movies, like should make $100 million, right? And so for this to make 70 is pretty fucking big deal.
But you got to imagine with inflation now.
Okay,
he's making $100 million now. He's not making 20 millions
for sure. But like, take a movie like that just came out this last week, also, which is The Secrets of Dumbledore, made 40 million first opening weekend. Won the box office this week, but was their worst opening since the franchise opened. And I don't know what the budgets were
Probably the
for
best
those.
movie too, though. Probably the best one out of the entire.
You saw it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
I can't
guessing.
wait to see it. It looks really good. I love this is my favorite I guess trilogy in the whole series. But yeah, so those are what came out this week or last week. It comes out this week. Some bangers come out. Hold up. For kid movies, you guys are into kid flicks. The Bad Guys comes out. I don't know why it didn't come out last week. It feels like it would have been pretty good for Easter weekend. But The Bad Guys comes out this
Sonic
week.
came out. That's why.
A week before.
Yeah, you give it 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's something that they're not trying to I guess cannibalize each other as an industry. I think that's part of the plan as well.
And the other thing is, people aren't gonna, it costs a ton of money to take your family.
Yeah, choose which one you're gonna watch, that one or that one.
Well, you have to if it's in a 2-week period. I can't take my kids to the movies.
Absolutely. 2
weekends in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So
how much is that set you back?
Well, I mean, I have a large family, so all 7 of us going to the movies is $100 just for tickets.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, it's got to be more than $100. It's got to be like $120.
I think just tickets, because 2 of them are under the age of 12. So,
oh dang,
or 3 or 12 and under.
Well, The Bad Guys has Sam Rockwell, Mark Maron, Awkwafina, Craig Robinson, Anthony Ramos. It's an animation.
Very popular children's book.
Nice. And then The Northman comes out.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh my God, this looks pretty amazing. It's got Alexander Skarsgård in it. Ethan Hawke plays his dad. Nicole Kidman's in it. Like these type of stories, I know that they fascinate you guys. I know that Troy's really big into the Vikings. This looks really good. This looks like interesting. The only other thing like this that I really got into was what the fuck? The one with Antonio Banderas, the 13th Warrior.
What's the name of this movie again?
So good. Chris? This one that comes out this week is called The Northman. The Northman, and it looks dope as fuck.
But this one's gonna be because a lot of times when they do Viking movies and shit like that, they go deep into lore and shit like that, and they're gonna have lore in this, but it's gonna be more realistic and they're really embracing what it was like. Like I've followed this project for about a year now. I love the Skarsgård family. I think they're amazing. So
absolutely.
When I heard Alexander was in it, I was just ecstatic. And it's really gonna. It's a different pace. It's got an indie feel, and I think that's cool. I like the indie feel. I'm loving the indie movies now.
Was this an A24 flick? Do we know?
20 Focus.
Okay.
Oh no,
So-
I'm sorry, it's Focus. I think it's the 20th anniversary. There's like a symbol over it. Focus.
Got
Films.
you. Yeah, so that's dope. That comes out. Okay, the unbearable weight of massive talent is what they ended up naming this movie. I cannot wait to see this flick. This is the Nicolas Cage movie where he plays himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this movie is gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be huge.
It's a huge critically reviewed, acclaimed.
It comes in only at an hour and 48 minutes. That's perfect timing for a movie, I think. Pedro Pascal, Nicolas Cage. I'm here for it, man. It's gonna be dope.
Yep, I heard it was a good movie.
We have a Spanish language film coming out. Y como es él. It's a
I'm
comedy.
gonna go see that.
Comedy. It's a
opening
comedy.
night.
Do it.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
Look,
Ariel Winogrand is the director. That's all the info I get.
okay.
A mild-mannered man, Tomas, goes to Puerto Vallarta to confront his cab driver having an affair with his wife, only to end up driving back to Mexico City with him. Over the course of an eventually long-distance drive, a strange bond develops between the pair.
It also looks really good.
What's
Operation Mincemeat.
Operation Mincemeat.
Yeah, it's basically how they moved the spy operation. They put into place to make sure that the D-Day landing in France was doable. They tricked the Germans into thinking they were going to go somewhere else, and Ian Sterling. It's got Tom from everybody's favorite show on HBO, Succession. Colin Firth. Anyway, it's like it showed Ian Fleming in the trailer writing something, and he's like, "What are you writing?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a spy story." He's the guy that created James Bond. But he was part of this operation as well. He was part of British Secret Service intelligence.
I love that.
I
mean, what was the one with Ben Affleck? I think that movie's dope.
Oh, the one where they do the
fake movie?
Yeah. Something on an F.
Yeah, that shit's
not
awesome.
Fargo, but
no. It's the name of the fake planet
movie.
Yeah, so that sounds dope. I like that. That's all the movies that are coming out this week, y'all.
I'm excited for all of a lot of
Me too. I want to see Everywhere and Everything. What has it? Everything Everywhere all at the same time? Something like that.
Dude, everybody says that movie is amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever, I've heard people say.
Wow.
I've heard it has to do with the multiverse. We've had a lot of movies that have had to do with that lately. They said this is the best one that so yeah, I would definitely want to see it.
We're big fans of really Short cool. Round or Data.
Yeah.
This is his comeback. We've been waiting all this time. I love that thing you shared about him, just talking about the impact of seeing Crazy Rich Asians. I mean, I think that shit's still reverberating. And then, there's a lot that came after that, but I love that he shared that sentiment and how,
he had no idea what it was really like because he went from Spielberg 1 to Spielberg 2.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
crazy that happens. mean, if he was a little bit older, maybe he would have been able to make the transition a little easier. But like, you know, because Harrison Ford was a carpenter, right? On set. And he found him and put him in a movie, and you know, the rest is history.
Star Wars. And then he put him in. Isn't he in American Graffiti for a second?
Yeah, he's in American Graffiti.
George Lucas's first movie. I think that's what
did it. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once has basically. I mean, some of the best. Michelle Yeoh is awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, I didn't know she was in it.
She's getting so good in her age, old age right now. Like she's the projects that she's picking, I fucking love it. Like she crushed it in
Knives Out.
Yeah. Oh my god, so good.
Jenny Slate is in it. I think that's a good indicator if a movie's good or not.
Jenny Slate?
Is Jenny Slate in it? Then it's probably got some really choice scenes.
I like her a lot.
Because I
liked her stand-up.
Her
special that she did
Obvious
in her
Child.
house. Yeah, the one she did in her childhood home.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
She's in a lot of good stuff, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at our IMDb page. I haven't seen a lot of this, but the things that I have seen, I've loved and didn't know she was in a bunch of it. She does a lot of voice work. That's probably why. Did we ever talk about Comrade Detective on this podcast?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay. You're aware of what Comrade Detective is?
Yes.
All right. So Channing Tatum, who is very good friends with what's his name? You know.
The guy with the mustache?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
They're good friends.
Okay.
Channing Tatum grew up in Romania, or he's from, not grew up, but he has Romanian ties. And he found an old, when Romania was part of the UK, not the UK, USSR. They had this like communist manifest. Everything was, they had a cop drama in the 80s, you know, on TV for communist Russia, and it promoted communist ideals. And they redubbed it with American actors and put it on Amazon Prime. And it's got Jason Mantzoukas, Nick Offerman, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Channing Tatum, Jenny Slate, John DiMaggio, Chloe Sevigny. It's called Comrade Detective.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do
you like it?
You're on mute, bud.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It is very funny. It's not a real show that they dubbed over, but it's made to look like a real show that they dubbed over.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a genius.
They've done that before on on Cartoon Network with some shows where they take like old, really bad like B-rate, like sci-fi action stuff and then redub it, or like cartoons and redub them. It's the best. I love that kind of shit.
Well, they have capitalism coming to the bad guy in the show's a capitalist thing. They have Americans come in and do crazy shit. That's the bad guys are all the evil Americans.
Colonizers.
It's so good. Highly recommend it. It's been out for years. 2017. So, but it's on Amazon. It's super funny.
Say that name one more time. What's it called?
Comrade Detective.
Comrade Detective.
It only came out for one season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
it's like a mini. It's like almost like they just had a lot of. Like you said. It's like it's a one-off situation. It's just for funsies.
Okay.
There's 6 episodes. It's great. You can watch it all in a day.
Right on. Well, before we get into more of TV Sucks and actually get into TV Sucks, there is something new that we want to kind of throw out there, and we're calling it Cool Story, Bro. So this is Troy's going to scour the internet to find interesting stories from the news from around the world and share them with us.
Oh, I thought this was going to be the segment where I told a story about how I told a joke at a party.
Yeah, tell us that while I load up, bruh.
I love that. Let's hear it.
Joke.
No, that's a joke.
Like,
That was the joke.
that's what you would say if I told you the story about me telling a joke at a party.
Mm.
Oh, I was at this
Cool
party
story,
and I told
bro.
this joke. You would say, "Cool story, bro."
Yeah, that's what I kind of was like thinking, that maybe we do that, and so he can present a story, and if we like it or if we want to hear more about it, we could say, "Tell us more," or we could say, "Cool story, bro," and brush him off. Give me another one.
I've got a story ready to go.
Dude, let me just ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there's so much. I feel like news stories now just lack they lack something. Like, I don't even care. Like, whenever I see something crazy, I just brush it off. And I'm talking like, man, there was 12 people killed in a shooting or something, and I just like, next story. Oh, look at this.
Saturation, man.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
The story is lacking something. It's the actual story, because it sounds like you're just scrolling through the headline.
yeah.
and
Well,
not
then I
actually
try to
reading the
read
story.
Yeah, I
that
read
is
it.
True. That is.
Then
so
I
true.
read it. No, I read some of it, and it's just still like,
I think
blah,
we all
blah,
stopped
blah.
reading. Is the thing. We all just started reading the headlines.
No, I read a lot of stories every day.
Good.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Good.
It's the Google News feed, man. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm in the algorithm, and I can tell whenever I clicked on a story that did not make the next day. I'm like, oh, I wish I hadn't clicked on that story. That I clicked on the clickbait, and now I'm inundated with whatever. But most of the time, it's like,
Clear
here's what
cookies,
happened on
bro.
Saturday Night Live. It's exactly what I do. That's why I do it more
Clear
so than
them
anything
cookies,
else.
bro.
Lots of Mavs stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love Google News, man.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story. Cool story, bro. So, not a cool story, sad story, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo lost his son today.
Oh, damn.
Oh God, Jesus,
man.
Okay.
His baby twin son. Yeah, I know that's sad,
horrible. Okay,
What the fuck, dude?
Okay,
I know that's
There's
sad.
2 weeks in a row, dude.
dude, you have to get good stories.
Get
okay?
off the death. I know it happens. We know it. Gilbert Gottfried died this weekend too. You want to talk about that?
Coachella started.
On another note, Chris will like this.
Okay. Cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro. So sorry for the rocky start, but so everybody knows 3D printers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they are now coming out with 3D printed steaks. A Spanish startup eyes the mass market in Barcelona as a demand for plant-based alternative to meat arises. Barcelona-based startup Nova Meat is using its 3D printing technology to manufacture vegetarian steaks that it hopes will reach the mass market next year. Nova Meat plans to sell its steaks directly to the consumer and to the businesses such as restaurants interested in producing plant-based meats. Business development manager, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
Blah,
so,
blah.
okay.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I don't understand. This is one part of like being a vegan or vegetarian that I don't get, is that people who are those things and are kind of fixated on meat and like only eat like fake meat products. And to me, that's very curious. That's very curious. Yeah, like only eats Beyond.
Here's the
only
thing,
eats
though, is
chicken. Like you're only eating fake meat. Like you're vegetarian because you like vegetables, right? Like what's the point?
No, they're like vegans. Some vegans do it for ethical purposes.
It's just ethical purposes.
I would think, for me, if I were to be vegan, I would be if someone were to convert me to veganism.
Mm-hmm.
They would have a better chance of doing it through an ethical argument
than
or
taste
debate
or
for
nutrition.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But I mean, there's a lot of good things that happens when you do not eat a lot. You eat way more vegetables than you eat meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like what?
Your colon is happier.
Yeah, a lot of circulatory stuff, especially as we get older. You know, you got.
I don't know though. Like I've had some of the
cholesterol
best
stuff.
steak in the world, and that's the thing. That's why it comes to mind, because 3D printed steak, I wouldn't touch it because I don't crave like a steak from Bob's chop house, like the best steak you can get. Like I don't even crave that. You know what I mean? So why would I ever want to touch a 3D printed steak? Does that make sense?
Different. Just eat the printer cartridge. That's how the whole time he was telling that story, it's like, I bet that printer cartridge is just
delicious.
The cheap version of that steak. The tofu. I mean, it's just like a square of tofu that gets squeezed into the shape of a steak or whatever.
Right.
Now, some of that stuff I understand because you can do a lot of flavor imprinting on that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, tofu, you can make taste like anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know that one of the things that for my friends that are vegan is having like the Beyond Nuggets or the Beyond Burger is helpful whenever you're not able to cook your own food all the time. So like being able to go to a restaurant and going through a drive-through and getting a Beyond Burger, sometimes that's your only option.
That's nice.
So that's another reason that stuff exists.
For sure.
And then the other thing is they're kids. What are you going to feed a vegan kid?
Vegan nuggets.
Yeah, and they say they make 500,000 kilograms of fake meat an hour.
Nice. I know somebody who would love it.
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to eat more chicken and
Troy would love
measurement.
Like,
I wish someone could convert that.
You would
convert
like
that kilogram measurement into something that I actually know.
Hell yeah, I would love it, dude. Hell yeah.
All right,
all right, so our next story.
And by the way, just read the headlines and some little bit of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, no, you read a lot of the last one.
You good?
Well,
go for it.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
man. Quit sitting on my parade.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bears hold wrestling match on British Columbian couple's trampoline. A British Columbian woman captured video when she looked out into her backyard and was confronted with an unusual scene. Two blackbirds having a full-on red... What did I say, birds?
I don't know.
Two black bears having a wrestling match on her trampoline. So, okay, as people that own homes or they live in homes, I used to have a trampoline before a mini tornado took it out of my backyard. But what would you do if you woke up and there were two bears wrestling on your trampoline in your backyard, other than take a video?
Yeah, I would definitely film it, or I'd try to sell tickets to it, promote it, see if they're interested in putting their titles on the line against anybody from your backyard wrestling association. Those are my first steps.
And if it was in Texas, we'd shoot them.
Bear steaks.
Yes, we're going to eat bear. What would I do? I probably would first make sure that I'm safe.
Safety first, then friendship.
Like I would literally get the hell out of there, and then I would.
I didn't know hate could feel this good behind the wheel.
Because you know that if
I saw Grizzly Man.
They say that if a bear is bigger than the size of your thumb, that it can like literally outrun you.
The size of your thumb? Oh,
like if you hold your thumb up and like you squint and the bear
try to crush that head. I'm crushing your head.
Yeah, you need to be very far away from the
crushing
bear.
your head.
But anyhow.
So,
all right, what's the next one?
The next one is more. It's not. I guess it's just. It's a thing.
Hit it.
So there's a new thing out in Colorado in Mountain Town. Mountain camping, or I don't even know what the hell they call it.
Mountain camping.
Well, no. So the rock climbing.
The more traditional forms of.
Oh, you mean sleeping on like sides of mountains?
No, they're off cliffs. Well, no, not even off cliffs. They run a line between mountains, and they hang
like a slackwood.
Yeah, and they hang their sleeping bags in the middle of this line. So they're literally Say again.
Extreme hammocking.
Yeah, like extremely much. And there's like towns of this shit. Like you look on the side of this mountain and there's like 50 of these hammocks on these lines. It looks like, hanging laundry on lines outside and shit. So, yeah, I thought that was crazy. But my next one is Florida man saw Spider-Man No Way Home 292 times in the theater to break current world record. A superhero superfan in Florida recaptured a Guinness World Record title when he went to see Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters 292 times. Ramiro Alanis was his name. He originally earned the title in 2019 when he attended the Avengers Endgame 191 times. But his record was broken in 2021 when Arnaud Klein went to see Camelot.
Who's financing this? That's the question I have. Who the fuck is
financed no less?
Self-financed. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of times to get a world record.
Yeah.
That's got to be the easiest world record to try to beat.
I don't know. You'd probably go insane. Like, you would know that movie inside and out.
Our friend Wally did when Endgame came out. When Endgame came out, they did a marathon where it was the first Marvel movie all the way through Endgame, and it was over 2 days. Straight.
Yeah, but that was all different movies.
Yeah, it was the same movie over.
True. Some people do that shit though. I mean, it's a sign of depression for anybody who's not aware of that.
You know, binge watching is a sign of depression.
The same movie over and over and over again every day. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a sign of depression.
Oh,
how did you come up with this?
That would be the same.
Some people imagine coming out of there not being depressed at a certain point.
Right. It's like the Clockwork Orange, right?
Yeah. With the eye droppers on.
Oh yeah. Cool beans. So that was a cool story, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate your headline, sir. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk TV series.